So ChatGPT is one of the most searched, one of the most popular topics in the entire world. Right now, it is trending on Google, it is trending on YouTube, it is trending on most social media platforms. It generated over 1 million registered users in the first week alone, and just a few short months later, it is now over 100 million active users. Now, if that isn't one of the most wild rides to fame, then I don't know what is. And since its inception, people have been asking it all kinds of really stupid, ridiculous questions, and it didn't take them long to ask them this one that's of course been trending on Google ever since, and that is how to make money with ChatGPT. Well, in this video, I'm going to take a look at what some of the implications are for ChatGPT and some of the other AI that is now hitting the market in terms of what it could do to the cryptocurrency world. Right now, there's a lot of people say we're in a bear market with cryptocurrencies. It's starting to turn into a bull market, but is it really? And of course, right now we have the absolute explosion of artificial intelligence hitting the blockchain community. So we're going to take a look at what ChatGPT told me is going to happen to cryptocurrencies. And if you have a portfolio of cryptocurrencies, you're going to want to pay attention. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. Right now on this channel, we are covering cryptocurrencies, investment markets, personal finance. So if any or all these topics interest you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Join the Late Night Grind community. You can also follow me on Twitter, link in the description down below. All right, guys, let's get into it. Now, there are a lot of people that are extremely fearful of ChatGPT and the rest of the artificial intelligence that is now hitting the market. There's AI that's generating music, there's AI that is generating images and video, and of course, one of the most popular ones right now, ChatGPT. And it looks like right now, most people are simply using it kind of like a search engine because really nobody knows the prompts, which is a whole nother category of topics that I'm going to be covering here, on how to control and get the correct answer out of artificial intelligence. Now, if you're like me, you asked it a series of questions just to see what kind of answers you were going to get back. The crypto community is no different. In fact, I've seen complete articles written about what is the price of XRP going to be by the year 2030? What's the price of Dogecoin going to be next month? And of course, a lot of these it can't answer. It'll just give you a generalized answer of how it can't predict markets. But if you learn how to ask the right questions, you might be able to get some more market intelligence. But nonetheless, there is a lot of people in the financial world, some of the big boys, JP Morgan, Citigroup, among others, are actually banning their employees from using ChatGPT. Now, I looked into these claims, and a large part of that has to do with using company time, using company phones and devices for exploring artificial intelligence, especially when those devices might actually be connected to some of their networks, and they don't want to allow that access. So it's a little bit overblown in terms of the articles that I read about that, but nonetheless, it is going to be a major disruptor in the financial world. And I believe it's also going to be a major disruptor to the cryptocurrency world, much how cryptocurrencies were a major disruptor to the fiat financial world. Now, along with asking ChatGPT what some of the prices of cryptocurrencies might be and asking it some mathematical equations to see if it could actually solve them, as well as asking some interesting geopolitical questions on how it might actually take over the world, and of course, writing a rap in the style of Eminem to get my kids to clean their room. Yes, I actually did that. I asked it a question specifically about cryptocurrencies and the impact that artificial intelligence could have on cryptocurrencies. And here's what ChatGPT told me. It basically told me that artificial intelligence really wouldn't affect cryptocurrencies in terms of its value and its functionality. Now, that part is very true, and a lot of the skeptics that talk about cryptocurrencies, time is limited because of the value is going to zero. And however, the price that's denominated in US dollars for a single Bitcoin, for example, doesn't affect what Bitcoin actually is. Similar to that, artificial intelligence isn't going to necessarily affect the value of cryptocurrencies. However, it could affect the functionality. ChatGPT told me that artificial intelligence could be used in making transactions not only more seamless, but faster and more optimized. Now, transactions per second is one of the big topics that's discussed in cryptocurrencies, namely when people are talking about cryptos going mainstream and being used for everyday daily purchases. However, with the use of artificial intelligence, it looks like making them faster and more seamless, well, that could be a good marriage. So what else did ChatGPT tell me? Well, it actually told me something a little bit shocking because it said Some artificial intelligence actually relies on blockchain technology to make it work faster and more efficient. In fact, it told me some artificial intelligence applications already use blockchain for smart contract applications to make its functionality even better and make transactions more secure and more transparent. Now, a lot of that makes sense. But let's go a little bit further, because there is a bigger application of artificial intelligence in the blockchain community that is just now starting to break out. And if you have a cryptocurrency portfolio, this is where you're going to want to pay attention. Because artificial intelligence isn't just catching the attention of investors worldwide, it is catching the attention of cryptocurrency whales. Here's why. So do you remember back last year when the crypto markets were pretty much absolutely tanking? There was a very small time frame in which a lot of people were clamoring about a new technology, and that of course was the metaverse. Metaverse tokens came into existence as Facebook changed its name to Meta and went all in on the metaverse, for better or for worse. Now, cryptocurrencies are no different, but in fact, they are now adopting artificial intelligence. And as of right now, this is the new darling of the tech community. And as I was going over some of this information, I saw that there was right now at least 5 different crypto projects and blockchain projects that are using artificial intelligence in their development and actually allowing the artificial intelligence into their ecosystems to make it what they hope it will be. So I'm going to go over the 5 projects that I came across and why you should be keeping an eye on a few of these. The first one making waves is a protocol called Ocean. Yes, there was a pun intended. Now this one's actually an exchange portal, and it's one that bigger investors have actually been pouring money into recently. Second one is a project called Covalent. Third, Singularity Net. Fourth is another one called The Graph. And fifth, which this one really caught my attention, is called Fetch. This is the one where reportedly big-time crypto whales have been entering into positions on the Fetch token. Now what Fetch is actually doing is combining artificial intelligence with blockchain in order to create a network of what they call the autonomy of things. You may have heard of the Internet of Things, which is where there's basically millions, if not billions of internet connected devices that create networks that transfer all kinds of data to whoever is gathering them. Well, autonomy would be doing the same thing, but on another level. And when you add artificial intelligence to that, well, you can see where people's imaginations might go on this one. So nonetheless, this is a blockchain-based project that definitely has my attention. And if you have a crypto portfolio, you might want to be on the lookout for something that is more artificial, that is more geared towards these AI tokens. Now, last year, the Metaverse projects came out, like Sandbox, and not only that, the Metaverse Index came out, which you could follow the Metaverse Index and get a greater sense of, or a broader sense of what the market is actually doing for those tokens. So be on the lookout for an artificial intelligence index. That will be making its way to the blockchain community, I have no doubt. But keep in mind, with any of these brand new projects, there's going to be many of these that fail. However, some of these could be the ones that are the next 1000x investment opportunity, especially when this next bull run commences, which some people are saying is going to be absolutely massive. So as we're watching this real-time war of the financial tech worlds kind of play out in hyperdrive right in front of us, this is going to be something that you're going to want to pay attention to. And it's going to make the initial internet bubble back in the late 90s look like a little blip on financial charts, in my opinion. Because not only do we have the internet that is, of course, continuing to blaze and expand globally, but now you're adding a blockchain tech onto it, artificial intelligence, and metaverse creativity and platforms, and you know some of these companies are going to combine all of them to create some of the most creative and innovative tech in history. Now, some of that doesn't exactly exist yet, but this is where we're going. So if you want to pay attention to all of that, make sure you're subscribed to the Late Night Grind community. Really appreciate you watching this video all the way to the end, for smashing that thumbs up button, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.